Hi, I'm Ashton. Welcome to Discovered Magic Podcast. Hi, Jeff. How's it going?
Well, it's going pretty good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Today, we're going to be interviewing Steve.
No, that's my job. You're not interviewing anybody.
I am.
No.
I am.
Get out of the seat. Get out of the seat.
No. I'm coming back in. Hello.
Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell.
Wind's in the east, mist coming in. Like something is brewing, about to begin.
This candle blessed us with a miracle.
Take it, Kronk. Feel the power.
Oh, I can feel it.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
There's no mystical energy field controls my destiny. It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
Well, I happen to be a wizard, a soothsayer, a prognosticator.
Some all-powerful genie. You probably can't even get us out of this cave.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader.
Hey, this is Bubba from Cell Block C. Might use my one phone call. Just want to say my favorite princess is Belle, and Discovered Magic Podcast rocks. Yeah.
Oh man, some kids even changed my name. There we go. All right. Are we ready to interview Steve now?
I'm ready.
Steve, are you ready?
No.
Little Steve-o.
No. You're going to be ready because we're going.
All right. I guess.
Be ready.
And let's get this out of the way as well. Here we go. You guys can follow us on Discovered Magic Podcast on Instagram or go to discoveredmagic.com.
Dum dum dum.
Dum, dum, dum. And how's it going, Steve?
Good. So far, so good. It's cold.
Did you
Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Did you get out your big fat snowblower and kill some snow?
Not yet.
Not yet. So when I lived in Boston, yeah, we just I said me. Yeah. I did all the shoveling, and we didn't have a snowblower, and we lived on a busy street, so all the plows came in and just packed that snow into our driveway.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd have to like drive the car and just like go over like fishtail and get into the driveway. And our neighbor had a big property and he had a tractor.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
like
nice.
once in a while he would like just clean us out and all that was awesome. But every time a plow came, pack it all back in. So
luckily in our front yard are the grass area there. So you have the front yard, the sidewalk, and then the grass by the street.
Yeah,
is like this.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
when they plow the snow, it just fills up in that cavity. And,
yeah. Well, that's good.
Luckily.
Jeff, you ever dealt with the snow?
Yeah, Kentucky. When I lived in Kentucky, there's a lot of snow there.
Okay.
Even New Mexico got a lot of snow.
I mean, even here in Arizona, we've gotten, I mean, not a lot, but we've gotten some. But one year we had like golf ball size hail that came through and like damaged a whole bunch of cars. And
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Texas too. There's a lot of hail there, man.
Yeah.
Tornadoes and hurricanes and
Wow.
I don't want any of that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get this interview rolling.
All right.
Steve. I don't know where to start, but I was thinking.
Yeah, there's not much about me, so
well, we're gonna have to stretch this thing out.
Yeah.
No, but when
I was just a gleam in my pocket.
Yeah.
What I wanted to start out is was with woodworking. Like where did you first start, like any kind of woodworking?
I learned a lot from my brother and my uncles. My dad didn't really do any building. He was more into with music and recording music, not playing music. But anyway, so I learned a lot from my brother and my uncles. And then that was when I was a little kid. And then just fooling around with putting little pieces together and making little things and stuff. And then when I got into junior high, that's when they actually had a wood shop. So, and then I took woodworking.
That's when
I loved it. It was so much fun.
What kind of projects did you make in that class?
In that wood shop, we made the serving tray. Everybody's serving tray that everybody makes. What else did we make? A toolbox. That was the other thing we made. A toolbox. And then in metal shop, I took metal shop as well. And
nice.
we made our own hammers and our own toolbox.
metal toolbox.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
I actually missed wood. Our metal shop closed the year before I got into the high school. So
you missed it. But I got out of like home economics and stuff just so I can stay in this shop class.
So you took it in high school too, or?
Yeah, in high school there wasn't really a shop class, but it was more, I don't know, it was more of me doing stuff on my own, and I was building, learning and building. I actually made patio picnic tables. So I made a bunch of picnic tables. I sold them at school. One of my friends, he bought one of the tables, and then in change of money, his mom worked for Baskin Robbins, so I got like tubs of ice cream. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
How old were you at this point? You're like making binges and selling them? That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I was maybe, what was I, 15 maybe? 15, 16?
Wheeling and dealing for 31 flavors.
I know.
Yep.
I guess it's better than like smoking weed or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that the high schoolers do,
Yeah.
Well, that was after he ate ice cream.
Yeah. I was more into Commodore 64, like doing a bunch of stuff with that, programming and things like that.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was fun doing both, and of course video games. So
video games, all right.
So I'm wondering if you stuck with woodworking, or is it more like what I did, where I like didn't do anything for like 20 years?
Yeah. I don't know if you should say stick with it, but I just kept doing like little tiny projects here and there. Like, so when I moved from Lakewood to Temecula, I was 20, I think. Yeah, I was 20 years old, and I moved to Temecula. And there's when I started doing more and more woodworking stuff, because there needed to be stuff done around the house and in the backyard and things. And I was building like bigger things, not like, like you make all those really fine, detailed, cool looking signs and stuff. And I'm making stuff out of 2x4s. And so I don't want to see myself like that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do that. So.
All right.
Okay. So where did you get your love for Disney?
Oh, wow. Right, back when I was
going to say, I know you have a video from when you were younger.
Yeah. That was in my 20s.
But you always went to Disney before then.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, my parents would take me there and stuff. And we had a little, what do you call those? I
don't know why I'm still on me. But
one of those booklets with, the pictures and all the rides and stuff from back then. And we had a old, like early 1970s map of Disneyland, those big ones. So I remember being as a kid, just sitting on the floor and looking at all, just examining the map, just looking at everything on the map, and like planning where to go on the next trip and stuff, and what rides to go on and everything. It was growing up there and having your parents take you it was a little bit special, being there. A lot of my friends that never grew up down there, they would say, "Why do you like Disneyland so much?" and stuff. And it's like, well, because, growing up there and going there was kind of a little special treat. It wasn't like, I've been to Knott's Berry Farm too when I was a little kid, and going on the little trolley from the parking lot, taking the trolley into Knott's Berry Farm. But there wasn't really like a magical thing with Knott's Berry Farm, but you feel it at Disneyland. So
yeah, and now it was like, part of our childhood, like you said. So being an adult now, it's like so much more. But so you went as a kid, but when is like the love or appreciation for Walt, or like when did that start?
Well, I think it started when I got my annual pass. So I had an annual pass before. My cousin used to work at Disneyland, so she would get me in. Her and her husband would get me in, and when I was younger, into my teens, and then when I was in my 20s, I got a pass, one of the very first like SoCal passes that you can get. So I started going, more and more. And then when I started working in Orange County, and I lived in Temecula, and driving to Orange County, anybody that's driven that route, 9155, it's horrible. So going home, I would go to Disneyland and just hang out there, have dinner. Some of my friends had passes too, so we would just hang out there all together and have dinner and ride maybe a couple rides, and then we would go home. And by that time, the traffic had, subside, and it'd be a lot easier to drive. It'd take me the right amount of time to get home rather than 2 hours to get home. So
it's crazy, like, because I mean, I did the same thing, but I was coming from Redondo Beach going to Huntington.
Yeah.
So I had the traffic, and then I still stopped at Disney.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Like, I would meet up with friends and have dinner and just like people watch. And
yeah, it was really cool just to do that. Yeah. And then, so that's in the 2000s. And then later on in the later 20 teens, when YouTube was starting, picking up and everything, I was watching, like there's only a couple Disney like YouTubers back then, and Justin was one of them, and the other one that I watched was Alex the Historian, and I just loved the way he was explaining the history of Disneyland and stuff, and that's what really got me into like knowing things about Disneyland, was because of him. And then later on, actually, somebody, was watching something, I don't remember, but this cast member came up to me and said, "Hey, do you know Fresh Baked?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know who they are." Because I guess apparently Dave was there or something when that cast member told me about, because apparently he knew who he was. So I when that night when coming home, I looked him up and said, "Oh, okay, this is kind of cool too," because he goes to the park and records stuff, and so it was fun. It was the earlier times of YouTube with Disney. It was fun watching everybody. So, and then hanging out with
that was also
what's that?
Fresh Baked was also Steve's nickname in college.
Funny enough, that's the 31 flavors flavor.
High school. We could say high school. That's where those 31 flavors came into play.
What I find funny, because we were talking about driving to Disney and whatever, traffic, whatever. I bet we were there at the same time. Because I lived in Huntington Beach in like 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
I moved to Boston and like just after 9/11, like almost like a year after, I think. So, yeah. It's weird to think like, how we're so similar, but we never met back then.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it was funny because like when, going to Disney and seeing the people that you watch on YouTube, it's like, oh, wow, they're actually here.
Yeah. It's like finding an actor you like, and hanging out with them.
Yeah. So when I saw Alex for the first time, I was kind of hesitant to go up to him and say, hey, but I went anyway, and he's eating his clam chowder from the Harbor Galley. It's like, hey, I know you. I was, oh, wow. And that's how the whole thing started. Meeting you and everybody else. So
this interview is not about me, but I have a funny story about meeting Justin for the first time. Because it was at Bob Gurr's house.
Oh, okay.
And he has a narrow hallway that goes to the bathroom. And I was coming out of the bathroom and Justin was going to it. And like we couldn't pass each other. And I'm like, I follow you. And he's like, that's nice. I got to go to the bathroom. And I was like, all right. But I was like, it's kind of awkward. Like I literally had to like push him backwards. So go to the other room. Okay, so you, I don't know, why not always go slow? I don't understand that.
It's okay.
It's like,
Yeah,
so, how's it going? That's a song. Sorry. I just changed the word. What would you say is your favorite, what?
You took everything you had to not say.
I know.
It's like if I tell you, don't scratch your shoulder, you're going to be thinking about scratching your shoulder the entire day.
I'm going to scratch my head.
Don't scratch your shoulder.
What would you say is your favorite ride, Steve?
Favorite ride now? Favorite ride now?
Actually, let's do like back then and now.
Back then, so like when I was growing up, probably my favorite ride would be the People Mover. And it wasn't because it was like a relaxing ride. What I loved about the People Mover, I'm very visual. I like looking at things. And so when riding on People Mover, there was so much to see. You know, especially in the beginning, you could see out and you see everybody walking on down, the hub and everything. And then going into the buildings, coming out and seeing the monorail and Autopia, the boats. You could see the bobsleds, the sky cabins, the Skyway and all that. So I think People Mover was one of my favorite rides, just because there was so much to see.
Yeah.
And you would look at some and go, oh, I want to go on that. And then you see, oh, let's go on that one.
Yeah, I like
when you're a little kid,
Yeah, and I like the height too. That's like why the Sky Bucket was cool too, just to see everything from that and looking down.
Yeah. Yep. But I would say now my favorite ride is Haunted Mansion.
I have my question.
Yeah,
Steve, of all the rides at Disney, which one haven't you streaked on?
Small World? I haven't done that yet. I don't like that
guy. Someone beat you to it.
I know.
All right. That was...
The Treehouse was my favorite one I did. So.
Yeah. I think I might have more questions now. Because wait a minute.
Now, Empty Room wasn't all that fun. So.
Have you streaked on the right? No.
Yeah. Steve, which ride haven't you taken your clothes off of?
Which ride have you not been on while you're with another person, taking both your clothes off and having?
Where's this going?
I don't know. I was just going with Jeff's question.
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking lost my thought.
You just got to write it down around me, man. You know this.
Yeah.
You know this about me.
So Haunted Mansion. So Haunted Mansion is your favorite. And why would you say that is?
Why is it my favorite?
Yeah.
I love the theming. I love the attention to detail they put in that, not only on the outside on the building, but on the inside too. With it really does. So when I was a little kid, which this is going to sound really stupid, but when I was a little kid, I actually thought we were traveling through the house. The actual cars, the doom buggies, they were actually going through the house. I didn't know that there was another building behind it. So, but it's just the attention to detail, the little things in there that, every time you go there, there's always something new that you haven't seen before or heard or something. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are there any attractions at Disney you haven't done?
Actually, the most recent one that I actually went on that I never went on was Peter Pan.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So Peter Pan, I didn't go on until let's see, it's got to be like the first time I ever went on there was maybe 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
That was the very first time I ever went on Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Never been. I don't know why. Well, when I was a kid, my parents my dad didn't want to go to Fantasyland. He was always go to Tomorrowland or Adventureland. So,
okay.
Along those lines, what ride or rides, I guess, do you never go on anymore now that you're an adult?
I never go on anymore. Wow.
Because I could probably name like a half dozen that I just don't even bother with.
Yeah. Well, like Space Mountain. I mean, I like Space Mountain, but I don't think my back can handle it anymore. I love the Matterhorn, the bobsleds, but then again, because once it goes out, you're ruined for the rest of the day, and it's like no fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, the one ride I only been on one time, and I never went on it again, is Roger Rabbit. I've only been on it once.
Did they reskin that or something? No, not reskinned it. Didn't
they changed Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, they technically reskinned her.
Yeah,
they
with
jacket
the trench
over
coat and
yeah.
Well, I was thinking Carousel, Dumbo, Teacups. Like those are rides I don't ever do anymore.
Yeah, the Teacups. The last time I went on, I can't even tell you when the last time I went on Teacups or Dumbo. I don't remember. But Astro Orbiter, I went on maybe a few years ago. And I went on there and I'm like, I'm not going to ride this anymore.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was better, like again, with the height thing, is when the rocket
it was in the
were
back.
on top. Yeah.
When it was on the back above the people mover, then it was a lot of fun because you're so high up.
Yeah. And you're like, you're going up higher, but it's almost like you're hanging over, looking over to the side. And
yeah. And going up the elevator was kind of cool.
Yeah. Which I think they still have the elevator at Disney World.
I think so, yeah.
Because it's still up top of that. So, so now you did. I guess we are kind of a lot of us similar. You did web design and programming and stuff. What led to that? Where did you get your start?
Well, I started I didn't know what to do in college. Excuse me. So I love drawing, but I can't draw, but I love drawing. So I took AutoCAD and computer-aided drafting and design. So I took that and I loved it. I fell in love with AutoCAD. And so in college, I took every single AutoCAD subject there was. So I took mechanical, I took architectural, I took, there was a few other ones I can't remember exactly. But during the time I was taking AutoCAD, along comes 3D Studio, computer animation. And my teacher at the time was like, hey, we're getting this new animation program. Do you want to try it with us? I'm like, heck yeah, I'll do it. So I signed up for the class, and there was like maybe just a handful of us because it was brand new. Well, brand new to the school, but it was all in DOS. And so 3D Studio back then was, I think it was like 5 different programs into one. So you had the 2D Shaper, 3D Lofter, 3D Editor, the materials library, and the actual keyframer part of it where you can do the animations and stuff. So we did all of that, and it was so cool. And I kind of switched from AutoCAD being 2D because they didn't have the 3D extrusion part of AutoCAD. Like nowadays they have SolidWorks and stuff now. So I was doing I kind of switched. I got my degree in AutoCAD, but then I went and started doing all the 3D animation stuff, and we had so much fun. And so I went to Palomar College in San Diego, or Carlsbad, or San Marcos, sorry.
All over San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. So and we just started, and this electric battery or electric car company called Besky came to us and wanted us to draw or wanted us to do the animation of this whole battery exchange thing. So the car would drive in, the battery would get pulled out of the vehicle, the car would be pushed forward and put a new battery in, and it would take off. And we made like the whole station. I guess you would call it a station, like kind of like a gas station, but it was a battery exchange.
So this is before you could recharge them, I guess.
Yeah. So in San Diego, they have a carpool lane in the middle that goes both ways. So I mean, it has like 4 lanes or 2, 3 lanes. I don't remember anymore, but it would only go in the direction of the traffic. So they had this moving barrier that would change it, like. So if you're in the afternoon, it would head north. And what they did is they shut that out, and they had that company come in, and they were testing their vehicles with distance and the whole battery thing. And it was really cool at that time. It is, this was in 92, 93, maybe later, maybe like 93, 94, somewhere around there. And they're already doing all this stuff with the batteries and everything. Yeah.
I can't imagine they went very far.
No, it didn't, what do you call it? Get further than we did the whole thing. We sent it off to them, and then I left, and that was the last I've ever heard of it. And then, I was trying to get into that field, into computer animation field. I had a friend of mine who now works for Mandalorian, but he was doing like storyboard artists and stuff. And the company that he was friends with, the owners, they were called Computer Cafe, and they were using Lightwave and Video Toaster and stuff. So I wish it was 3D Studio, but it wasn't. But anyway, so I found a company in Orange County, a game company. So I was like, oh, maybe I can try over there. But I'll get my foot in the door. So I applied for tech support. And I got the job there, tech support at Interplay Productions. And that was my whole start in Orange County. It was from from that.
Nice.
So, what looked like web design though? Was that?
Yeah. So that after that, it was. I never got into. I went to the game company to get into 3D Studio and doing the video games and stuff, part of it. And my boss and the assistant manager left Interplay, and they knew I did graphical work and stuff. So they grabbed me, and we started a new company called Contractor Source, and we built. We were trying to build websites for other companies, but we wound up getting absorbed into Whitecap Construction Supply, and we just started doing all their stuff for them. And then, so while I was in there, I'm doing all the graphics, for the website and the intranet as well for the internal. I was doing the website, and then that's how I got into HTML, basic HTML stuff, and doing all that. And then from there, it kind of branched out into what it is now. But I'm not like you, Jason. I'm not like as in depth as you. I just know the basic stuff, and I don't have that mindset, that programming mind. My head doesn't work that way. So when you're trying to tell me to do, like I said, I'm a visual guy. I have to see everything. And when it doesn't work, I don't understand, and I can't. It was very, very difficult. Let's put it that way. I'm done with that.
I mean, I'm the same way. I'm very visual as well, but I think where I come in different from other people is I visualize stuff in my head, and I can like see what I'm doing when I'm coding. Like I can see when I'm already not even like refreshing the browser.
Right. See, that's the part I don't have. I don't have that vision with coding. I have it with woodworking, where I have it in my head of how I want it, how I want everything to look or anything. So I have everything in my head, and I just sketch stuff out. I took AutoCAD, but I don't use AutoCAD with that stuff. But
yeah,
it's hard to explain, when you see it in your head and then you're actually making it in your hands.
Yeah.
Without drawing, doing all the measurements and stuff like that.
The funny thing, I think this is where we differ. So I can visualize the stuff in my head, but I can't get the stuff in my head on paper, which is why I just kind of like do it. And I can't draw with my hand. I can use Photoshop.
Yeah. I do it both ways, but with the GIMP, I use GIMP a lot.
Yeah. So. There's no coughing here.
Sorry.
What's GIMP? What's GIMP again? I forgot what it was.
It's like Photoshop.
It's like Photoshop, but it's free.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, graphic, some interface manipulation program.
Gotcha. Okay. I just needed to know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's super. It's not as what do you call it? In depth as photo. It can be, but when you first learn Photoshop or any of those type of programs, GIMP I think is probably one of the easier ones to grab a hold of, and you can actually make something pretty quick.
Cool.
Jeff, do you do any kind of graphicing?
I draw. So I use Photoshop quite a bit for things. I use what did I used to use for, because I have a big giant sketch pad, like
a drawing tablet?
Drawing tablet, big one. So I use Clip Studio. I think it's like Clip Studio Paint. It used to be called something else. That's why I can't remember. Clip Studio. And then I draw comic strips. So as a kid, I wanted to be a syndicated cartoonist. And so I've been drawing comic strips and cartoons since I was a little kid. And I mean, I still to this day, I don't draw as much as I used to, but I do okay.
Yeah, I wish I can draw. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't draw.
I'll find something. I'll screen share it. I don't know if I.
Yeah. Hey. I might put you to use on stuff.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Good to know.
So speaking of drawing, so right here is a drawing that Alex actually drew of yeah, I believe it's
that was the train, right?
The EP Ripley. I believe that on his channel. Yeah. So remember he was drawing that?
Right.
And then he also drew a raven. And then that one's going to you, I think.
That one's coming to me. I claimed that thing when he was painting it live, and I'm like, I want it.
It's mine.
He's like, no. And he's like, okay.
Fine.
I see you also put up your shelf back there.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have this last time. Huh?
You got a couple cars on there.
My B2 bomber.
B2 bomber, yeah, that's cool.
My dad gave me my Hot Wheels, my Spruce Goose. And you recognize this, right?
Yep, I recognize that one. So wait, what's the logo on the side? Does it say Flathead?
I have to make. I need glasses to read. So small. No, it says Glacier National Park.
Oh, okay.
Red Bus Tours.
I think the one when I saw, I think it said Flathead, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Flathead Lake. Yeah. Did you ever see this one? It's actually Mickey's.
Oh, wow.
The steamboat.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
They have I have the whole Disney Hot Wheel thing too.
Wow.
Each one has their own vehicle.
So I drew like a.
Oh, no way.
That's like 70 or not, like 20s style or something.
That's cool.
Stuff like that. So I mean,
wait, you drew that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
It got Jason Marsden approved, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Not to get off subject, but I'm starting like this merch thing, right?
No.
Yeah. Like signsofAmusement.com is actually going to be a merch store.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, we can't like sell Disney stuff, but I'm going to use you to draw stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
All right. Cool.
I'll make you stuff so you can sell my stuff on your Signs of Amusement channel.
Yeah, I'm going to list my signs on there. So,
okay. We could put wrong way. Never mind. Forget it. That.
Yeah. As soon as we get like, a couple 100,000 subscribers, they'll want that.
Yeah.
Right now, I just want them. So,
yeah.
All right. So, speaking of that, going back to woodworking, you recently just got, I guess, started with your brother, making your own company, I guess. What kind of stuff are you guys doing with lasers or?
Yeah. So,
what are you doing?
So it's different than actual building things that I'm used to, like cabinets or workbenches and stuff. So the thinking part of it has to like swap into lasering and cutting things out rather than using a scroll saw or something like that. Now I can use the laser to cut stuff out. And so like right now, I just finished that. I built that little Christmas tree thing, the skirt box.
Oh, right.
I built that
I'll put a photo up for it.
We saw that my brother and I saw that at Lowe's, and he was like, you could build this. I'm like, okay, let's go build. So
yeah,
did that. I'm actually making a sign right now for my neighbor. So I cut out the letters, and it's one of those signs that you put in the front door, one of those type of things. So, and then I did laser etching in glass. So my friend's dog just passed. So he asked me, can you make me something? So he gave me like this poem and a picture of his dog. And so I did all that, and I etched everything in glass and put it in a picture frame for him. And
did you have to paint it black first and all that?
Yes. Yeah. So it actually turned out really nice, all black, and then etching out the words and the dog. So it actually turned out really nice on there. So he was super happy.
That's where my laser is different, I guess, because it's a CO2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to paint it black. You
just go right on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I never tried it on glass though, just the acrylic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah, I have the X tool. Your brother has the 20 watt and I have the 10 watt.
Yeah.
So
what does your brother do laser stuff too, or does he still do more like hand?
No, he's the engineer. So it's funny because like I said, I'm the one that's like sketching everything out.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to build something. And my brother, being the engineer, he's got everything detailed, and in a list, and it's all drawn out, and everything's proportioned and looks really nice and professional and everything. So he's going to be building things too, right? Because right now it's just getting our shop set up,
right?
Because we just moved into a new house and trying to set everything up in the garage where the flow is so you're not going from one place to the other place and going back and forth, trying to get it to where everything's close to each other when you're moving around and stuff, and building everything first. Like we just built the cabinets for our miter station, so we did that. He's working on a little box. He actually made a flip cart for planer and joiner. Nice. So that's really cool what he made. And now he made a router base on our table saw extension. So, and he's built a little box for, the dust collection and all that stuff. And we're going to be building another little box for our drill press next. So
you're gonna make your own YouTube channel and be called like the old Dutch Brothers shop instead of the new Yankee.
I don't know about YouTube channel, but I do have an Instagram, so I did that. And I actually, with the Instagram, I took a bunch of old pictures and stuff that I have done way back when, and well, not that far back, but
well, you're old, so
yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I love making things and hopefully trying to sell some stuff too. So
that's the hard part.
Yeah. So
especially if you try to do craft shows and whatnot.
We first were just gonna name ourselves Brothers Wood Shop because we're brothers and we have a wood shop.
The Brothers.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, and then my sister said, "Well, you guys always drink Dutch Brothers, and you are Dutch, so why don't you say Dutch Brothers Wood Shop?" So that's what we did.
Nice. So. Can't sue them. They're Dutch. They're brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where do you think you guys are gonna take that? Just like I said, like selling at craft shows, or are you gonna like try to do online or?
Yeah, I'd love to do online and like do special order stuff, and kind of like how you do with your signs. It'd be kind of neat to make stuff like personal stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be able to make things that have meaning for people. So when they receive it, it's, something special, and not just a piece of wood with letters on it or something. So
yeah, it's funny, like the whole router based thing.
Oh yeah.
Little insert I made, and like you don't know how many people like thank me for making this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like I made it because no one else was, and I needed it for myself. And
yeah.
But
it's cool. But it's neat when they come out and they actually thank you for it.
That's what I mean. It's just like everybody's like, "Oh, thank you for making this." And I was like, no, like I don't know. At the beginning, it was kind of odd, but like now I'm like, I'm used to it. But it's still nice to hear,
Yeah. Yep.
Who would you want as your Disney sidekick?
Disney sidekick?
Was it?
Are there any Disney films you think are overrated? If they built a 5th Disney theme park, what would you want it to be?
Are you just like reading these off? What?
Of course not. I wouldn't just go to Google and just pick up like Disney
These are like random
conversation starters. Like, who do you think I am? But if I just naturally think of questions like, what is a fairy tale Disney hasn't tackled that you'd like to see as a movie? These things just pop in my head. So
I don't really Disney movies. I don't really watch.
Who's your favorite princess? Why? I mean, these are the questions everyone wants to know. I mean,
inquiring minds.
Tron. I want them to make a better Tron.
Yeah,
another one.
Just another one. Yeah.
So we were saying, like, I had this idea about like taking Tron and putting it in Tomorrowland, and
right.
Like it used to go through the People Mover attraction, all that. So, what do you think about that idea, or the Autopia using the Light Runner and all that? Or
I think that'd be great. I mean, like you were saying about having the nighttime lighting and everything with Tron. The black light neon and all that stuff. It would be so cool looking in there.
Yeah, and then
I like how they are bringing back a little bit of the white from the 60s look and stuff. So yeah, I like that.
I'm a little confused with the recent lighting on the Space Mountain.
Space Mountain, yeah.
It's cool, but it's not where I was going to go.
Yeah.
But actually, like we were watching the Space Mountain Christmas video, and there was on the exit, there's like a little, it looked like Space Mountain, but it's another building, but it looked like the Tron idea that I had. And I remember seeing an image somewhere online where it had a Tomorrow-esque Tron look to it, a Tomorrowland-esque Tron look. So I was like,
and that's over at Walt Disney World.
Right, but I'm saying somebody's had this idea in the past, obviously. I can't be the only one.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's
it's like how they have the light cycles there now and stuff. So the Walt Disney World,
light cycle run.
What's it?
Light cycle run.
Yeah.
I mean, just the lighting itself would be cool.
That'll never fit over at Disneyland, but
no, but that's why I'm saying they could
do that, like you said, with Autopia,
bring back People Mover and
yep.
I don't know. Just think it'd be a cool idea. And obviously we're waiting for a better Tron 3, whatever movie come out.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Man, I don't know about Jared Leto, but whatever.
Well, I don't know about Disney movies now. So.
Yeah.
In general.
They need to get back to
everything's been flopping like crazy.
Yeah. You mentioned the snow in the beginning, and just wondering how you what came about, like, to make the move to where you are now, and like how do you like living up there?
Yeah, I love it up here. It's beautiful. It's peaceful and not very much traffic like Orange County and down south. So after Temecula, I moved with my brother to Santa Maria, which is on the Central Coast by San Luis Obispo and Pismo Beach over there, Santa Barbara. And it was beautiful over there too. I mean, you're right by the ocean, and the weather is perfect. It's always 70 degrees no matter what time of the year. But my sister and my brother-in-law moved up here, and we're a pretty close family, so having them being so far and us being way down south, and with all the stuff happening in California and all that nonsense, we said let's just leave. It'd be nice to be closer to family, and we love it up here anyway. I mean, before we even thought about moving, we've been up here many times, and everybody here it's so weird. It's like everybody, well, not weird, but different than down there. But everybody here has been really, really nice. And whoever you talk to, they're always real nice. And in California, well, they were, of course you have nice people too, but most of the time everybody's like mad about something. It's like, okay.
That's funny too, because when I moved to Boston, everybody would say hello to me, and I'm like, no, I wasn't used to that.
Yeah, you're not used to it.
And everybody was like telling people, like, they were saying, oh, you're Californians, they're all like, you're all mad and stuff, but they have a slogan out there. They're called massholes because they drive all shitty and everything on the freeway. And but you're telling me like I'm a Californian and I'm bad, but you're saying I'm like, no, that's not how it is. But it's kind of funny the same way. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and then you meet a bunch of ex-Californians up here, and they're just tired of the
same stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of Californians in here.
Yeah, they're just tired of what's going on down there, and the taxes and everything. Well, like my fishing license. So I do a lot of fishing, or try to do a lot of fishing. In California, my fishing license was like $50 for whenever you get it to the end of the year. So if you get it in August, it's still $50 because it ends in December. No matter if you get it in March and it ends in December. Over here, I got it for 3 years, and it was about the same price.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, and there's a lot of it's different. So, like in my YouTube channel, I'm trying to do more exploring more areas, like driving off road and things like that. The one thing I keep forgetting up here is nature. So where we live, they have grizzly bears and mountain lions and wolves and all that stuff. Yeah. So when we're out going fishing,
you got your bear spray.
Yeah, you have to have that, and you're always like looking around and listening for stuff because you don't know what's around you because there's more nature up here than down south. If we were down south and you go to, let's say, Big Bear and go fishing, you'll most likely run into another person.
Right.
Up here, you most likely could run into another person, but you most likely be like a deer or squirrel or
giant bear right behind you,
or a black bear or a grizzly bear.
Hello.
Yeah. A boo bear.
No, if you run into a boo bear, then
get my spray.
If you run into a boo bear, just steal his honey. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Go higher there.
What are you doing here?
Speaking of your channel, so you do these ride-through esque videos called Where Are We?
Yes. Yeah.
And you have like a topical map and you show where you are in the rides.
Yeah.
And that's actually where I got the idea. Spoiler alert, I stole it from him. To do the ride-through videos because we were talking about them one day, well, through text, I guess. We were talking about like ideas and stuff, and like I was like, oh, this would be kind of cool that we actually commentary on a ride. Like no one was really doing that. So and you came up with the Signs of Amusement name. So
yeah.
I guess I owe you some money or something then today. But no, I just think it's kind of cool that you're doing stuff, and I think there's another guy talking to you now. But
the way it started was really weird too. Is how Chris LMG Vids, Alex and I were on Pirates of the Caribbean, and we were riding through there, and we did the first drop, and I was just like looking around, and it's like, where are we? What's above us? And Alex is like, oh, the Blue Bayou is above us. I'm like, what? I thought we were going like straight and down, and that was way back there.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're going in like this, like a circle. And I thought that was the neatest thing. And I thought, you know what? No one's doing this, showing you where there is somebody doing it now.
Yeah.
Besides me, somebody's doing it too.
Yeah, me. Just kidding.
No,
I just stole it on one video.
Another YouTuber, but they actually do a really good job. So I don't, and I don't have, what do you call it, a patent or whatever on this thing. I just thought it was kind of neat to do, and it's neat that they took the idea and they took it a step further or whatever. So, but anyway, so what I did is I had Alex had given me the Pirates of the Caribbean map, the actual ride layout. So I did a, what do you call it, kind of a transparency over I took the Google image and I transparent over that, and I put a little dot, for the boat and where you're going on the map and what's above you. And so like when you do the first I always forget what to call those.
The drop or whatever.
The drop. Yeah, when you do the first drop and you turn, the Blue Bayou is above you and you're actually under the street. And then you do the second drop, you come around, and then you're going under the Disneyland Railroad and then you come out into the show building where the giant ship is, where they're doing the battle and stuff. Yeah. So then you're in the show building. And then when you come around back and you're over by the dog with the key, you're going back under the Disneyland Railroad, and then you're going back under the Blue Bayou and the street and everything. And then you come up the lift hill, and then there you're back on top.
Yeah.
So, and it started with that, and then I went and did the Haunted Mansion, and so it's just kind of neat to see, what's all around you. Like Splash Mountain, for instance, you never can see it or never know that the show building is behind everything, So when you do the first drop on Splash Mountain, and you come in and you go right into the building, in the show building, that's behind everything.
Yeah.
You don't actually see it.
And you're going under the railroad again.
Yeah. No, you go. I think the first one you go.
Well, the long drop you go under, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's neat. It's just something really neat. I thought it was neat. So.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Obviously, that's why I copied it.
Yeah. And like Alice in Wonderland, that was a cool thing too. That in the part of the ride where you actually go up, and you're actually above Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's actually below you, and you're on the second floor of that. And then that's how come you pop out on the top.
Yeah, it's such a gradual climb. You really
it's a gradual climb. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what else are you going to do in your channel? You have any other ideas coming up?
I like to do more of the exploring area. Right now I probably can't because of the snow, but and it's going to be raining the next few weeks. I don't think we'll see the sun much. I have to take my vitamin D pills and.
Let's dox you. Where's no sun? Let's dox you right now. What's your address? Where do you live? Where can we find you?
Expedition Steve.
So you're gonna go on an expedition, Steve?
Yes.
No, I mean you should go out in the snow somewhere. I mean not out in the snow, but yeah. It makes for a cool video.
It does.
I'd actually be curious if you went back to some of the places you already went to, like with the snow, especially that bridge. I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know how that would look with all.
My brother and I want to go back there too. We went to Kootenai Falls in Montana, and we did that swaying bridge. And you're.
Oh, that was in Montana. I guess I didn't
Montana.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's about an hour from my house. So an hour and a half, something like that. So,
yeah. Whenever I get up there, we have to go over there.
Yeah. So speaking of traveling or expeditioning or this coming, I believe in mid-December, there is the Christmas train that is coming from back east in Canada, traveling through Canada, and it's actually going to be stopping just north of us, because the border from my house is like, an hour and a half, 2 hours to Canadian border. And just on the other side of the border, I forget the name of the town, Kristen or something like that. The train will stop there. So my brother and I were thinking of, because we both have our passports and stuff, to head on up and take a look, and maybe I'll film that and put that on my channel. So
yeah,
maybe.
I mean, how long would you stay in Canada though, or would you just come back?
Oh, just come back. Yeah, it's not that far. 2.5 hours is not for me.
I mean, so
that's like driving from Temecula to Orange County in traffic.
Yeah. I mean, with the train stops there, that's why you need a passport, right? Because you're gonna have to get off or whatever. Or
no, I have to go through the border, so I have to go into Canada, and then the train stops at one of the stations up there in that town, and then it's going to be in the morning. And then, you can take pictures and video or whatever, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. So you stop at the station, you get out for a while, and then you come back.
Well, I'm not going on the train. I'm driving up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you were taking the train up there.
No. We drive up there to see the train.
Taking the tram.
Oh.
Yeah. The tram. I'm going to take the people mover up there.
Yeah. Shut up. If it was there. I don't care how long that takes. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What kind of train is this then? Is this like an older train, or is it like cool to look at? Or
I forgot exactly what it. My brother's the one that saw it and he said, "Hey, let's do this. It'd be kind of fun." And
yeah,
I remember seeing pictures, but I don't remember what it looked like, other than the train was just full of lights, and it's a Christmas train.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
I've taken the train from Williams to the Grand Canyon, and like that's cool. But like during this time of year, they make it the Polar Express.
Oh, right.
It doesn't go to the Grand Canyon all the way, but it goes a few miles and it comes back. We're thinking about doing that with Ashton, actually.
Yeah,
that'd
be fun.
Well, all right. I don't know. Been doing this for a little bit, so might be.
What are we doing next? Are we doing games?
We could do a game if you want to do that. I know you're gonna get your favorites.
No, I'm done.
What's your favorite sound or music? I don't think you've ever answered that part before.
Maybe. I don't remember if I did or not. I do like one of my favorites is actually when you walk from Small World down that main walkway towards the Matterhorn and the Alice and teacups and all that is the music from the teacups. So when you're walking and I don't know how they do it, but the transition music from Small World area to the teacups, there's like a spot in there that the way they blend everything together is just so neat how they do that. And then you hear the teacup music, I think that's one of my favorite. Then I know I'm at Disneyland. That and hearing the favorite noise too is the second drop in Pirates. When you drop on there and that sound, the music, and then you make the bend, and then you have the island there with the skeletons and the crab. Then I know I'm at Disneyland too.
Dead men tell no tales.
Yeah.
Actually got a hit with the echo, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when you're walking by Matterhorn and you hear the cars go by and you hear Harold do the little scream.
Oh yeah. What was neat was when Alex or Chris do their walkthroughs, and I mentioned this before like many times, when you wear headphones and Because when you watch it on TV or on your phone or laptop, you can't really, you hear it, but you don't really hear it. But if you're wearing headphones and you listen, you can actually like hear conversations and thing. It's really cool to.
So I have my speakers have a surround, and I have one right here, and like every once in a while, I'll hear something, and I'll be like I forget there's a speaker, and like sometimes I have to pause it and just make sure that I'm not hearing someone in my backyard. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I'll hear something, and I'm like, oh wow.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna be playing like gunshot noises.
No, this is Arizona. You don't have to do that. It's already there. Everybody has a open license to carry here. Apparently,
I'm from New Mexico, so I'm like that's
like,
originally. So I'd be under the desk.
Yeah,
I heard.
Well, it was like, explain this here. The first time I came out here, and I went to like a department store, and there's a sign on the door, and it says, no guns allowed.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, does everybody carry a gun here?
Yeah.
Yes,
it's like here. It's like here too.
Yeah, it's funny. All right. So I was gonna do the games, but I know how much of a fan you are of getting
California
Adventure. I think I would save you the trouble.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
Unless Jeff wants to play. Yeah.
It's all right. We'll save it for our
We'll save it for Jeff's when we do Jeff's interview.
You did my interview before.
That's the next one. Sorry, Jeff.
No,
you're next.
You're next.
Okay. All right. Man, I have to think of
answers.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, answers.
Because I've done
You
one
gotta
with
write
y'all.
down
That
your
was how I
answers.
met you all. That was how I met you guys. So
Yeah. But I mean that's why it's a good thing to interview, because we don't know that whole like younger side of you and all that.
yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Cool. Really fun.
Yeah.
I do like your lamp in the back.
I like that too. It's cool looking.
Yeah, it's
Watch
cool.
this. Alexa, turn off lamp. Alexa, turn on lamp.
Now you just made my Alexa get upset.
Who's Alexa? Yeah.
Alexa, turn off lamp.
Yeah, dude.
It worked.
Yeah.
Alexa, what's Jeff's favorite number? Doesn't know.
Alexa, tell us a joke.
Oh, she's turned down.
Yeah.
Because I had music playing.
Now that anybody that is watching or listening to us as Alexa, that's going to keep going on.
Yeah, no.
Alexa, turn on lamp.
No. Mine is actually going off in the living room because I still haven't connected it back to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, no.
So every time someone says it, it goes on this long speech, and if I tell her to shut up, she'll restart.
Yeah.
So I have to let her go. Anyway.
Funny.
All right. So we are at the end of this. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Let us know
how we're doing.
How we're doing.
That's what you usually say.
Let Steve know what kind of videos you want to see him do. Where should he go hiking?
Yeah.
Where should he get lost in the snow at?
Yeah. Get eaten by a grizzly bear.
Bring it back
Or a Pooh Bear.
food and
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah, there you go. Go to the
Back
Swiss
up
Alps.
a bit, Mr. Foot. You're out of focus.
But we will see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm watching you.
And I'm watching you. I told you to get your own podcast.
End of line.
Come here. No. You know what you used to say?
Huh?
Like when you do the outros?
Hit that subscribe button.
Whoa, but
Ring that bell. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe because I'm watching you. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you. Thanks for watching. Okay. Thanks for. I'm watching you, and you just put like dark monsters all around me, like I'm coming to get you. I don't care about that. Hello.
Okay, that's enough.
Hi.
Jesus,
Hi, I'm the new Jason. Dad, I'm sorry you're not going to be in the video.
I don't care. You go ahead.
But make sure you not talk in the video. Oh, you know, Pokemon. Come down.
Stop. Why does it tell me I can't connect your father?
Hello, my name is Poo Poo Butts. Hello, I'm the new Jason.
Hi, Ashton.
You got this, Ash. You got this.
Hi, I'm Ashton.
Take your time.
Hi, my name is Ashton, and Welcome to Discovered Magic Podcast. Today we're going to be interviewing Steve, but goofy. Today we're going to be interviewing Steve.
Hey, what are you doing? This is my job. You get your own podcast. Get out of here.
Nope. I'm
No.
coming back in. No, I'm coming back. I'm coming back in.
No.
Hi, I'm Ashton. Welcome to Discovered
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ashton. Welcome to Discovered Magic Podcast.
Hey, Jeff. How's it going?
Hi, I'm Ashton. Today we're going to... Hi.
Take your time. Get your backpack.
Okay, say goodbye.
No.
Say goodbye.
I'm gonna
You
quit.
gotta go.
You can watch this next on Sunday, actually.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ashton.
All right, come on.
Bye, Ashton.
Maybe I'll talk to you in about
2,000 years. Okay, bye. It's fine. We do these things all the time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we do it all the time. He's welcome.
All righty. Thank you. Thanks for playing. See ya.